Hey guys, what's up? My name is Matt. I'm just a dude, and if you want to learn how to hang a picture frame or a corkboard like this, then you need to watch this video.
First things first, here are the tools I'm going to use in order to complete this project. I'm going to use a cordless drill. This will be used to drill holes in the wall, and if I put a Phillips tip on it, I can use it to tighten or loosen screws. You can use a cordless or a regular drill, they will both get the job done. Next up is a level. This is a 2-foot level. I'm going to use this to make sure the two anchors I put in the wall are level with each other and the corkboard is level once it is hung on the wall. This is a tape measure. It's a 25-foot tape measure. I'm going to use this to place the anchors on the wall and to make sure the corkboard is hung in the middle of the wall. Next, you are going to need something to mark the wall with. I'm going to use this carpenter's pencil, but any pencil or pen would work. I try to keep my marking to a minimum on the wall. This will let the corkboard hide the pencil marks. I have a small set of drill bits. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch or smaller drill bit to make pilot holes for the anchor. Pilot holes are holes drilled which allow the anchors to go into the wall easier because they have to drill out less material. I will also use a Phillips head screwdriver. The screws I'm using for this project are Phillips, but you might have a situation which would require the use of a slotted or flathead bit or driver. These are the anchors I'm going to use. They are number 6 nylon wall anchors. This is the braided wire I'm going to use. I will add the specific information about the anchors and wire in the description below, along with the product code from AceHardware. Now, there are probably a couple different ways to hang this corkboard to the wall, so what I am doing is my way. It's not the way. If you have any comments or questions about this, please be sure to add them in the comments section. I would also like to add that I'm going to use a pair of wire cutters in order to cut the excess braided wire. I will show those to you later in the video.
We are going to hang this picture frame corkboard in a landscape style. First, we have to connect our wire. Now this is just braided picture wire that I picked up from the local AceHardware. I'll leave the product code in the description. The wire just loops around each eyelet or D-ring and is tied off in order to secure it. To tie the wire off, you put the wire through the D-ring and then loop it around itself 5 times. 1, 2. Then you take the end of the wire and place it through the second loop and then pull it tight. Second loop. And that should hold it. Different picture wire products will probably have different ways of tying off the wire. Just follow the instructions on the specific product which you are using. Secure the wire to both ends in that same fashion and make sure the wire isn't too loose from D-ring to D-ring. Now that I've secured the wire around both D-rings, I'm going to take these wire cutters and cut the excess wire off like this. This is about how much slack I've kept in this application for the wire. We now need to find the distance from the bottom of the picture frame to the wire. I'm going to use 2 anchor points, so I need to measure the wire like this. I've put this tape measure here to help me try and find what the approximate distance is between the two of them. So 4 inches, 24. I'm going to take a pencil. I'm going to mark the approximate distance. So this is 28 inches wide. I came in 4 inches on each side, and that's about where each mark will be. Now you don't need to be extremely exact on this. We're not building rockets here. I'm going to use 2 anchor points or 2 anchors in the wall, and that's why I measured it like this. If you are only going to use 1 anchor point, then you want to measure it like this. So after we got those measurements on the picture frame, we're going to come back here to the wall and plot this out. Now, I was told that the bottom of the picture frame should be about 52 inches from the floor. And we know our holes or our anchors are going to be 23 inches from that. So 52 plus 23, 75. Now we need to find the center point of this wall. So this wall is about 67¼ inches. We'll divide that by 2 to find the center. The center is going to be 33 5/8 of an inch. So we come to 33 5/8. Then we'll double check this. 33 1/4. That's about right. Right here is the center of this wall. Now, the anchors are 20 inches apart from each other. So it's got to go out 10 inches on each side. Ten inches. Now we're going to take this level and level these 2 points up because this is where we're going to put our anchors. And we're just going to put it on the wall until that bubble is right in the center, and that's level. There's our 2 points where we're going to put our anchors. So here's where we're going to place our holes. I'm going to take a little 5/32 drill bit and drill a pilot hole through here. Now remember, this is drywall. It's only about 1/2 inch thick, so don't go too far through it. Remember, we don't know what's on the other side. There could be a wire or a water pipe, so you really only got to go in about 1/2 inch. Now, if we're lucky, we'll hit a stud on the other side. And a stud is a 2x4 piece of wood that is used to frame this wall. It runs up and down from the floor to the ceiling, and this drywall is nailed to it. Now if we hit a stud, that would be the best possible outcome because a stud would provide the most support for any kind of anchor going into the wall. Now before we use any kind of power tools, remember safety. Safety glasses would be a must. Minimum safety glasses. Some people will also wear earplugs and or gloves to protect their hands and ears. We hit a stud here, so we don't have to put an anchor, we're just going to put a screw in there. It's really good. Here's our next mark we're going to drill into. Now there's nothing behind that, so we're going to have to use a wall anchor right there. I'm going to use these number 6 nylon wallboard anchors I picked up from Ace Hardware. I'll put the product information in the description if you would like to use these. These are rated for 30 pounds, but that depends on a lot of things like the condition of your drywall. This corkboard weighs about 10 pounds, so I'm going to use 2 of these anchors to mount it to the wall. Now these anchors are rated for 30 pounds each, so by using 2 of them, it says you should be able to hold about 60 pounds from it, but that depends a lot on the type of wallboard you have, if it's new, if it's old. There's a lot of variables that go to that. So I'm going to use 2 because I don't want this thing to come crashing down in the middle of the night. Weirder things have happened. Now, if you think 2's too many, use 1. If you think 2's not enough, use 2 or 3. It's really up to you to decide how much weight you're going to put on this thing and how secure you want it to be. Now these anchors are really easy to put in. All you do is you put a Phillips bit in your drill gun, put it on just like a screw, and screw it in. Now these have a little tip on it that's used to actually drill through the wallboard. I like to pre-drill that for two reasons. One, when you're using this plastic, it doesn't walk on you when you're trying to drill it in. And walking means it will move around when it's spinning. Two, I've had these things break before, and then you got to end up drilling it anyways. Now that we have the anchor in the wall, we're going to take the screw that comes with it, put it on the Phillips bit on the drill, and just screw it in. Now we want to leave it about 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch off the wall so the wire from the picture frame has something to hang on to. Now this is a hole which we hit a stud in, so we aren't going to use a wall anchor because there's a piece of wood behind it. We're just going to take the screw that came with the set, put it on the Phillips end of the drill bit, and screw it in. That should do it. Now that we have both of our screws into the wall, it's time to mount our picture frame. So we're just going to put it up against the wall and get one piece of wire on it, get our head out of here, get the other piece of wire on it, so now let's take our level to it and make sure it's level. Let's see how far we're off on this. Where's the bottom of our mark at? So our bottom mark is right here. So it's about 1/8 of an inch lower than what we wanted it, which completely doable. There we go. It's as easy as that. Hey guys, if you liked this video, if it helped you out, if you could like the video and subscribe, it'd really help out the channel. Thanks for watching. And remember, I'll fix it, or I'll fix it so no one else can.